Fellow emergency medicine physicians, my name is Jack Perkins. I am a faculty member at Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine in Roanoke, Virginia. 6 years ago, I founded the Compress and Shock Foundation out of a desire to one day see a national CPR and AED education that is free and is for the public. The Compress and Shock Foundation is dedicated just to the public. We never certify anybody, and we have specifically gone out of our way to tailor our education to the public and separate ourselves from what is provided for professionals by the American Heart Association. Today, we're inviting you to join us in partnership on June 3rd, the first Saturday of June, and then every June thereafter, as a day of action celebrating and complementing the American Heart Association CPR and AED Awareness Week. Now to my colleague, Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Abraham. I'm one of the faculty members at the University of Maryland Department of Emergency Medicine. And as a fellow emergency physician, all of us know that out-of-hospital cardiac arrest is a pretty dismal survival rate. And one of the things that we know can fix this is bystander CPR and use of AEDs. So this foundation, which was founded by Jack, is focused on teaching bystander CPR and AEDs in communities of all socioeconomic statuses. And we use an inclusive model to provide access and deliver AEDs to groups that may not be able to purchase them, so we can train, educate, and get the utilization of AEDs to everyone. And why is that important? Well, I'm going to let Sammy talk about that.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sammy Zachariah. I'm the medical director of the Cardiac Intensive Care Unit at Johns Hopkins Baby Medical Center, and I also work at Johns Hopkins Hospital. Just like you, I've seen a lot of cardiac arrests, and many of those patients end up in my unit. And it's really devastating when patients who haven't received bystander CPR or prompt defibrillation, they're neurologically devastated. Working in Baltimore, this is especially glaring issue for us because there's also differences in CPR rates and AED use depending on socioeconomic status. This was highlighted in an article published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2022, so only less than a year ago, which highlighted a big difference in outcomes. And so our foundation, the Compress and Shock Foundation, is specifically focusing on communities that have less means, and that training I think would make a huge difference, at least in the Baltimore community, in the state of Maryland, and throughout the nation.
Building off what Sammy said, we have dedicated ourselves to those communities that don't have equitable access to CPR and AED education. The article Sammy referenced was the first to show that not only do Black and Hispanic victims of cardiac arrest have worse rates of bystander CPR in public, also in their own homes. This is a failure of penetration of CPR and AED education into communities that need it most. Our foundation is dedicated to changing that, and we're inviting you to change that with us. What we've developed is a format that is very different and centered around one day per year, as I said before, the first Saturday of every June. We have designed it so it is community-centric and can be tailored to that community, regardless of what language is spoken, regardless of what cultural significance of the learners that are being taught. We have built a model that is EMS-centric, so that EMS agency that serves the learners being taught should be heavily involved, as they're going to get the most benefit, not only the learners, but also that EMS agency. We are inviting our local police to be involved as well, so they can be seen as first responders and a key link of the 911 system, as they often are the first ones on scene. And there should be no barrier to engaging 911 because of their fear of engaging the police as part of the 911 system. We also have an AED access program that is very unique to our foundation, knowing that these communities that are underserved are also less likely to have bystander CPR and access to AEDs. We are granting them AEDs as part of the carrot to incentivize them to train as a group. A lot of our education is going to be directed towards churches, towards community centers, places of common gathering where people have common ties. And with this, we are hoping that you will join us in this mission. The thing I will say is what you're being shown here at the end is a photo of a gentleman named Juan. Juan was in a Spanish-speaking church in Roanoke, Virginia, when he went into cardiac arrest during Mass. The pastor's sons provided immediate bystander CPR, and Juan left the hospital neurologically intact. This was possible because of education delivered by the Compression Shock Foundation. Juan's story should not be an outlier. This should be expected, and a lot more outcomes like Juan's are possible with the education that we deliver, not only into communities that have means, but also those that don't. Thank you.